Next year, America will be celebrating its 250th birthday, a pivotal moment in world history. But so is another event that happened 150 years ago this year when Pittsburgh became the Steel City. Back in 1875, Andrew Carnegie brought cutting-edge technology called the Bessemer converter to the steel mill he was building in Braddock, the Edgar Thomson Works. And that was just the beginning of what became an industrial powerhouse, mass-producing glass, aluminum, and other materials with the seemingly boundless energy resources to make it happen. So our region has plenty of expertise in making things, and we've got a case to be made that we can play a pivotal role in building the advanced manufacturing industries of the future as policymakers here in Washington look for ways to rebuild the domestic supply chains. One of the big opportunities is in defense-related manufacturing, a topic that was top of mind during the Allegheny Conference-led fly-in to Washington, D.C. Brian Beyer is CEO of Hellbender, a Pittsburgh robotics company. Brian Kennedy is Senior Vice President for Operations and Government Affairs with the Pittsburgh Technology Council. What is the value proposition for our region when you start talking about the potential in the defense industry?
Pittsburgh is at the pivotal point in some of the key technologies that are needed to deter war, and that's specifically around AI and around autonomy. And so that's a good segment of the group that we have coming down here. Brian represents one of those companies.
If we look at the last 20 years of conflict that the United States has been in, it's been against less technologically capable adversaries, right? So not the near peers that China represents, that Russia represents. And so the big push that we have an opportunity to do right now, like as Pittsburgh, is to really focus in on robotics, AI, and advanced manufacturing, and really build up that capability that we've allowed to erode over the last 25 or 30 years.
So some of the companies that are with us are working on, I think your viewers understand, drones as an example are a major threat. A swarm of 1,000 drones can counteract a U.S. aircraft carrier. That's a problem, right? So we have a company that's with us from Washington County that's developing a technology that can help the Defense Department spot drones while they're 5-6 miles out, identify if they're friendly, if they're foe, identify what type of technology they're using, the best way that we could deter it from any aggressive activity. So these are the kind of things that are being developed. The second thing that people maybe forget about in terms of Pittsburgh is that we're a critical part of the Navy, the nuclear Navy. And our nuclear Navy is the last area where our adversaries really can't compete with us. And I'm not talking about nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. I'm talking about submarines.
And we were the birthplace of the nuclear Navy.
There's a great book called Nuclear Suburbs that talk about we were one of the highest concentrations of Russian spies in the 60s because of the Navy Nuclear Lab. And between the Navy Nuclear Lab and between Bechtel, there are billions of dollars of federal contracts pouring through this region as we work to develop things like new reactors and new propulsion systems.
And a lot of those, innovative startups are taking hold right there in Pittsburgh because of Carnegie Mellon University. But also the Army's made a huge investment with the AI2C lab. That's right there, kind of leading the way. The first AI lab of its kind, really transforming the officer corps of the United States Army, by getting them certificates, getting them degrees, and then really bluing them in the technological capability of what our region has to offer.
Today, our region has strengths in R&D, material science, a skilled workforce, and energy resources from natural gas to nuclear. Steve Blanco is the CEO of MSA Safety and chair of the Federal Investments Committee of the Allegheny Conference. A lot of history at MSA going all the way back to the days of Tom Edison. What's the company become about?
Well, that's a really good question. So we'll start with that story. So the really cool thing is 111 years ago, John T. Ryan and George Dyke worked with Edison to create that calf lamp and innovate. So it's really usually, when you think about Pittsburgh, it's about innovation. MSA started 111 years ago with that innovation. Mining deaths went down 75%. So they created a solution for a problem that occurred at that time. And that's what MSA has been doing ever since. We really create sophisticated safety products and solutions, and we innovate using technology to make sure we support our customers around the world. It enables us to protect over 40 million people globally today. So it's been a really nice journey, and it continues to this day.
Now, Pittsburgh's got an amazing legacy in manufacturing, but is it just history? What's the value proposition for our region today?
For each manufacturing job, it creates another 4 to 5 additional jobs in the ecosystem. So it's an enormous multiplier for the economy of wherever that manufacturing footprint is located. And that's something, again, that's from the National Association of Manufacturers. That's something I think is very powerful for us. And I think a lot of our local leaders recognize that. And certainly the federal leaders do too. And that's why there's such a push here. And we realize, when you have a manufacturing location, you're working on that location, but you're also trying to get the supply chain and all of that full value stream in place. And all of that adds value for an economy.
So what needs to happen down here in Washington, D.C. to give MSA and companies like you confidence to invest and grow?
Bill, I think we're thrilled that we've got a platform here that we're building alignment on. We're building alignment on a federal level with the state and the local level. And really, the people here are so interested in our region and making that region as vibrant as possible. And we're making sure from a federal perspective, they understand the value that the Pittsburgh region offers and what we can do to really supercharge areas like energy and innovation. We've got a tremendous legacy and history around this, but we really feel strongly that we can have an outsized impact to the future of what the economy might look like in Western Pennsylvania.
Steve, thank you so much. Good luck.
My
down
pleasure.
here.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Next up, the policy pitch. Public and private sector leaders from our region are here to make the case with specifics on ways to improve the competitiveness of the nation's and our region's economy. Please stay with us.